Yo guys, today I'm going to give you some tips and tricks to make the most time efficient workouts you possibly can. If you ever just squeeze to get your workout in before, after work, you only got 20, 30, 45 minutes in order to get in the most work you can. These are going to be the tips that'll help you get there. First off, I'm going to talk about supersets, specifically agonist and antagonist muscle supersets. So that's going to be when I work my push and pull muscles at the same time. Now, why is this so great? Is because you can use the same rest times in order to rest those muscles, but you're getting both that push and pull work in. But since they're opposites of each other, you don't actually use them in the same movements. So if I'm doing a bench press and a row, I can do them back to back or pretty close together, maybe 15 to 30 seconds apart, and they won't have too much of an effect between one another in accumulating too much fatigue. However, when I get that rest afterwards, they're both going to be able to accumulate the same rest times. So I'm almost saving myself half or double the amount of time. So I'm getting double the amount of work in half the amount of time. So it's going to be bench press, row, pull up, and an overhead press. I like to also keep the muscle groups very similar or the movements very similar. So if I'm doing a vertical press, I'll do a vertical press and vertical pull, horizontal press and horizontal pull. That's going to keep the movement patterns about the same and is going to help us create the most neuromuscular drive to create the greatest muscle growth later on. Now, how can we also use this for our legs? I like to keep the biggest compound movements by themselves. So things like squat and deadlift, keep those just by themselves, use that rest. Those are all about moving the most weight you can, and you're gonna be working so many muscles at the same time. It's already a few of the best bang for your buck, time-wise and rep-wise exercises there are. So just keep those on their own. However, when it comes to things like leg extension, leg curl, we can easily superset those together. Things like a glute ham raise and maybe things like a split squat or walking lunge also go great together. So we can do those in a superset, A1, A2, just throw on our lunges, and then things like that leg curl. To go along with these supersets, we can also do them, see if we're in a hypertrophy block, we can throw them together in a accumulation superset. So what we're gonna do here is the same muscle group, but we're gonna go slightly smaller. So say I got a big pull day, but I gotta really squeeze it in a short amount of time. Now, how can I most effectively do this? I can do my larger compounds or lat scapularis movements, things like a row and then a pull up, things like that. Superset, those are the smaller pull movement, things like our biceps. So I can do a chin up, pulling in, and then immediately go into some hammer curls afterwards, pound it out until those biceps give out on us, take a little bit of rest afterwards. Now what this is gonna do is, again, you get that same amount of rest and kind of double up on those rest periods. And it's going to split that time in half, so now you don't actually have to rest later on and throw those bicep curls in at the end of your workout. And those small amount of hammer curls, that fatigue built up in your arms, isn't going to affect your ability to perform those chin-ups too much. Of course, this isn't optimal. This is techniques we're going to throw in there when we just really need to squeeze in that workout. There's no other way around it. Now, we can do this similarly with things like our bench press and doing a skull crusher. So hitting a bench press, grab some dumbbells, go right into a skull crusher or easy curl bar, anything like that. Some tricep extensions, same idea here. Especially if you're a chest dominant individual, those tricep extensions or skull crushers aren't going to affect your bench press too much. Of course, again, not optimal, but in a pinch, these are tools in our arsenal that we can use to get in that work. And of course, the workout done is better than the workout not done any day of the week. If you guys have any other tips, tricks, or things you want to comment on things I've said, just leave them in the comment section below. Or if you have any things you want me to talk about, learn about, you can also leave those down there. Have a great day.